What cues do you see that tell you that someone is engaged with you as opposed to potentially writing emails or doing something else on their computer?
I think it's naturally quite easy to tell if someone is engaged with you. If we're talking virtually, you can see if their eyes are moving. So if somebody is engaging with their emails, they're going to be not looking in a steady place. They're going to be sort of scanning, looking back, scanning, looking back. So you'll be able to see from where they're looking that they're distracted. If you are just talking without the cameras on, you'll be able to see by their delay in their voice. If you're asking a question, you'll usually get that, uh, yeah, and then have an answer not to the full question. So you'll be looking for delay and eye contact. But it's quite a natural ability for us to detect when someone isn't paying attention. So it's not something that we necessarily need to train how to detect. Rather, it's something we should train to avoid doing.
Right, right. So things like closing down tabs or ensuring that you don't have any distractions in the vicinity of
Yeah.
your physical environment, right?
Yeah. And we should ensure when we are having a conversation with somebody else that we're not checking our email thinking, oh, they won't know because I'm responding well. They can see that your eyes are darting. And just because you might not be able to see them because you're looking somewhere else, they have full sight on you.
Yeah. Also, one other thing I'll add to that, because I notice it a lot, is the sound of typing and the sound of
Yes.
clicking, right? Those audible cues, especially if you're not muted, are quite loud because they often are closer to the mic than you might think, right? That and the movements that you might perceive. I mean, would you agree, Abby? Like something like this moving around, or right, the movement of typing or doing something with our upper body we think maybe isn't obvious,
Yep.
but
Yeah, and in group meetings, we see it quite a lot, people sort of facing sideways because rather than paying attention to the speaker, they're looking at a second screen and they think that it's not being observed, but it is still being observed. If you are on camera, you are being observed. So be cautious not to keep looking at a second screen or keep typing and looking away because you don't think you're being observed.
awesome point.